The median American household saves nothing, zero. The Federal Reserve confirms it. 37% of adults can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. So when you hit $100,000 in savings, you think you've crossed a line. You haven't. You've just entered a more expensive trap, $50,000 a year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics puts median U.S. household income at around $56,000. Let's round down, because after federal income tax, FICA, and state tax, you're taking home somewhere between $38,000 and $42,000 depending on where you live. That's $3,200 a month, maybe $3,500. The average American spends $1,784 a month on housing. Add food, $475. Transportation, $1,025. Health insurance, $560 if your employer splits it generously. You've already spent $3,844. You don't make $3,844. You make $3,200. At $50,000, you are not building wealth. You are managing a deficit. Every month is a negotiation between your rent and your groceries, the 401k. You contribute enough to get the employer match, maybe 3%, and you stop there because stopping is the only rational choice. You're not being irresponsible. The math is just broken at this income level. That's the floor. Most people never leave it. But you're not here because you're on the floor. $100,000 a year. You've crossed the threshold that used to mean made it. In 2024, only about 34% of individual American earners hit six figures. You're in the top third. You feel it. Your taxes went up. You're now in the 22% federal bracket for the portion above $47,150, edging toward 24%. But the take-home still feels like air after $50,000. Here's what happens next, and it happens almost every time. You lease a car, not because you need to, but because you've been driving a 2014 Honda Civic with 140,000 miles since grad school, and you've earned something better. The average new car payment in the U.S. right now is $735 a month, according to Experian. You're at $680. You negotiated on a 48-month lease for something that makes the parking lot feel different. It has nothing to do with transportation. It never did. You move apartments. Your old place was fine. It was fine when you made $52,000. Now it feels like a statement about who you used to be. Average rent in a mid-tier U.S. city for a one-bedroom runs $1,600 to $2,100. You land at $1,950. You tell yourself it's an investment in your well-being. Maybe it is. You eat differently. You travel once or twice a year. Flights, hotels, the experience economy that every financial publication tells you is fine because you're living your life. You upgrade your wardrobe. Nothing crazy, just aligned. You are making $100,000. You are spending $97,000. And the $3,000 left over sits in a checking account earning 0.01% interest at a big bank while inflation runs at 3.4%. Your net worth at 35 at this pace, close to zero. Possibly negative when you include the car note and the credit card you float between paychecks. This is the ego trap. It doesn't look like failure. It looks exactly like success, $250,000 a year, top 5% of U.S. earners. Most people reading personal finance content will never get here, and the ones who do often assume the problem is behind them. It isn't. It just got more expensive. At $250,000, your effective federal tax rate sits around 28 to 30%. Add your state, California takes 9.3%, New York up to 10.9%. You're in a high-cost city because that's where the $250,000 jobs are. You have a jumbo mortgage. Any loan over $766,550 is jumbo in 2024, at a rate that's 20 to 50 basis points higher than a conforming loan. Your monthly payment on a $900,000 home purchased 2 years ago at 6.8% is around $5,900 before property taxes, insurance, and HOA. You max your 401k. $23,000 in 2024, $30,500 if you're over 50. Good. You also have 2 car payments because your partner upgraded the same year you did. You have private school tuition. You have a cleaning service, a lawn service, and a subscription stack, streaming, software, fitness, meal kits that runs $800 a month without anyone noticing. You gross $250,000. After taxes, you keep roughly $155,000 to $165,000. Your annual obligations eat $130,000 of it. You save $25,000 to $35,000 a year, which sounds like a lot until you realize it's barely above the 401k contribution limit, and the rest of your net worth is in a house that's illiquid, leveraged, and deeply tied to a job you can't afford to leave. These are the golden handcuffs. 6-figure salary, 6-figure obligations, zero negotiating power with your own life. Stay with me for the next 2 minutes. What I'm about to show you is the only number in personal finance that actually matters, and it's not on any pay stub. The Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances comes out every 3 years. The 2022 edition is the most recent complete data we have. Median family net worth in the U.S., $192,700. Mean net worth, $1,063,700. That gap between the median and the mean is the whole story. A small number of people hold almost everything. The rest are performing wealth without accumulating it. The S&P 500 has returned roughly 10.5% annualized over the past 50 years, 7% after inflation. Every dollar you invest at 30 in a low-cost index fund becomes approximately $17 by 65. Every dollar you spend on the car, the apartment, the visible markers of a life that looks like money, that dollar is gone, not invested, not compounding, gone. Here's the math that doesn't make it into lifestyle content. If you earn $250,000 and spend like you earn $250,000, you will build the same net worth over 20 years as someone earning $100,000 who lives like they make $70,000. The income is irrelevant. The gap is everything. True wealth is not your salary. It's the distance between what you earn and what your ego demands. The person at $100,000 who drives a used car, keeps rent below 25% of take-home, maxes the 401k, puts $1,500 a month into a taxable brokerage index fund, and ignores the social cues of what 6 figures is supposed to look like. That person is building something real. The person at $250,000 with the jumbo mortgage, 2 car payments, and a lifestyle calibrated to signal their income, they are working for their possessions. You hit $100,000 saved. The question you're actually being asked right now is not, where do I invest this? The real question is, what is this money for? Is it your foundation, the base from which you stop trading time for dollars at 62? Or is it the down payment on a version of yourself that costs more than you've calculated? The $100,000 is not the achievement. Keeping it, and then doubling it, and then doubling it again, while everyone around you upgrades their car, that's the thing almost no one does. Because it's not a math problem. It never was. If that reframe hits somewhere uncomfortable, subscribe. Next video, the specific accounts, the specific allocation, the specific order of operations for that first $100,000. Including the one tax-advantaged account most people at your income level skip entirely, and why it could be the most expensive mistake on your balance sheet.